Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Friday afternoon Zoom edition, and we're doing a quick little mini Zoom before Kevin's Zoom coming up in about 20 minutes because I wanted to briefly go over Justin Miller's spreadsheet that he posted in the beta testers group. I do think this is useful to everybody in Karbon. I have copied and pasted the link to that Google Doc. It's in the chat, so if you don't have it, you should pick that up and add that to your documents. I'll go ahead
And just
and
to remember, you've got to make a copy of it to use it.
yes, thank you, Craig. That's a good thing to point out. So I'm going to go over to the workbook, and you guys seeing the workbook, the demo.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
All right. So I've got a couple different setups here. On the long side, this is a strategy I'm testing where all I do is increase by 2% on a chart, 20%, on leverage. And what this was really helpful for me to do is I wanted to duplicate the initial position each time. So if you go down here to the lower left, my entry in this scenario, I have $1,000 account, 3% trade size is $30. Then I want to double that to 60. I don't want to double the 60 to 120. I want to keep adding $30. So to do that, I was using, and then I want to close it out with a stop loss. I don't want to go more than 10% against me on a chart. So where this was helpful to me is it showed me what leverage size to use to create what I want to do. So it's obviously 100% at stage one, then it's 50% stage two, 34, might be like 33 and 2/3 or something like that, and 25, 20, and I'm closing out 100%. So, and each one of these shows me the amount I'll have of my balance. So out of my $1,000 balance, if I have a loss, I'm going to lose, probably around $190. So that's, no fun, but it's not going to blow up my account. Now, if you want to do something more traditional with the Karbon money management, this setting over here is probably closer to what you used to seeing. We've got a leverage change mixed with an increased quantity or ladder buy or dollar cost average, whatever you want to call it, and mixed with a couple of other leverage changes, another increase, and then a leverage change down to 1%. And as you can see in this scenario, you start with $30, then you have 750 in. It doesn't blow up your account, but this would take most of your balance to maintain. If you have 2 or 3 trades going and they haven't resolved, then you're gonna have problems actually having your stages execute probably after 4. And that's where you might want to get into some, hedging like Craig's talked about and Alfredo and some of those folks. So I think this is a very valuable tool. A few people have tried to do this with, varying levels of success, but this is the best incarnation I've seen of a spreadsheet that actually gives some guidance as to how the stages go and what's happening in each stage. The balance and use, I think, is the most important. Gives us the leverage to take profit, where the liquidation would be. And so I think this is really cool. And I wanted to, when I had a little bit of time here, I wanted to bring it out or bring it to everybody's attention. I did share this with my email list, I think yesterday or the day before. So it's available to you there if you haven't seen it yet. Obviously, it's in the chat at the moment. And I will go ahead
Breaking up.
Okay. My internet connection is unstable, so you might not be hearing me. Okay, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, good.
So just one comment on the Karbon account settings, the top left box. The buy price is the price that you go in. So while you're preparing for it, you can't really, or you can guess it, I suppose, but really after you've entered the trade, adding the actual buy price in is the one that will give you the best results
Okay.
or best information. The more accurate that is, then the more accurate the percentages are and the levels and everything else.
All right, so if this is Bitcoin, I bought in at say 29,700. Yeah, that'll
Then it
fill
shows all
these.
your take profit prices and
Yep,
so on. So
yep.
and what I also do is I duplicate the sheet. So I might have a money management for a certain account, and I label the sheet. That might be my 100x blah 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 account, and just duplicate it at the bottom. So just right click on the sheet at the bottom, right down in the just right click on there on the sheet,
Oh,
which is sheet one, and just duplicate that, and then you can have multiple different money management systems already set up, and you can compare them and see how they go.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that's a
could
good
also
idea.
do it. You could also, what I do along those lines, that's very simple. What you said, I do a save as because then I could title it.
Right.
Yeah, well, you can label that tab. You just double
Yeah,
click it and label it whatever you
Okay.
want.
Oh, that's nice to know.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And real quick, Craig said, make a copy. So you do that, click on the file, and this fourth entry down here is make a copy. You click on that, and then you can save it how you see fit. So,
yeah, you can't edit it from the original.
nope.
Can't do anything, so it's locked. Just to view only. But once you make a copy, it's yours.
Right, and that's what I did. I made a copy, and then I labeled it a demo because that's what I wanted to show you guys. And so I'm just kind of messing around with this. And Craig and Robert had some good ideas about how to either save additional documents or adding worksheets on here for different scenarios. Ooh, one of my alerts went off. Okay. So any questions on this workbook, the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I mean, I find it extremely helpful. I mean, I'm taking a different approach where I personally I'm not doing a stop loss and I'm trying to keep my trade in safety, potentially and definitely in the event of a black swan event.
Yeah. The long approach that I showed you incorporates a stop loss, and the short one is more what Robert just described. So as far as just examples, but you can do anything you want with it.
Yeah, that's super helpful. It's you learn a lot about what's really going on with the changes.
All right. Well, that's about all I have to say about that. And I just wanted to share with you briefly my experience regarding Bitget. Today, I've had a Bitget account since last year. I was doing some leverage trading on it manually. I got away from it just because I thought Bybit was better. And now I'm getting back to it. And I hadn't used sub accounts and I hadn't used, APIs. And so that was new to me. There are some similarities to Bybit, but there's some differences as well. And I'm not going to bring up my Bybit account because I have to use a VPN, and that could mess with the video quality. So I'll just remember this when you're creating. See if I can explain this well enough to be useful. Well, I will tell you, I did reach out to Kevin and ask him if he wanted me to do videos about how to get into Bitget because he may be doing some already, and I haven't heard back from him yet. He may or may not mention that during his Zoom, but either he or I will be making videos soon about how to transfer funds over to Bitget, how to open sub accounts and things like that. So when after you create your sub account on Bitget, when adding your API, your first impulse is going to be to go to the sub account and try to use their API function. It doesn't work that way. You have to do it from the main account. So you do your API for the sub account from the main account, and then there's a drop-down menu that will let you choose a sub account. But you have to go through the main account first. It took me an hour to figure that out. So I'm trying to save you guys that time. I had some drama there. I was doing Google searches, and I finally did a help menu, and they directed me towards the Telegram group, and I was able to search the Telegram group and find it. not exactly what I was looking for, but I was able to figure it out. So that's it. Do your sub account API from the main account. That's about
And
all I have.
don't you need a VPN in the United States for Bitget also? I thought he said.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So if you're in the US, you do need a VPN, which is a bummer because the appeal of Bitget initially was that you didn't. So, and they have me as a US person because I inexplicably created the account without a VPN. I usually use one, but I had no trouble getting on today using a VPN, and I did a sample trade just to make sure everything worked and lost 35 cents on Bitcoin. So, oh well. Let's see. Eric is in the chat asking the link for Kevin's Zoom. Can someone dig that up, please, and put it in the chat?
Yep. I can do
Thanks.
that.
Let's see who else is on here. Okay, some people I've seen before, mostly. Jaro Bucko looks new to me. You want to say hello? I'm not hearing you. And you're not muted, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh, I see. Hello. If you can hear me, then
Yeah,
hello.
got you now.
All right. I'm in Vancouver, BC.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out all about the Karbon and what you guys are doing. Not don't have an idea at all. So
Okay. Are you a Karbon member, or are you just maybe on my
no.
list and you're curious about it?
Yes, I'm on your list and just want to find out what it's all about.
Okay.
Obviously, it's about trading, the cryptocurrencies, but I don't know anything about it,
Okay.
so I need to learn
Very well.
somehow.
Yeah, you kind of walked into the middle of a conversation, so if you probably noticed that. But anyway,
Yes.
if you want to, I don't know who brought you to our group. You might want to get back to that person. If you don't know who that was, you can, or if it was me, then reach out to me. I'll put my email in here. It's cryptocj13@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you.
And I can send you some information to get you started, and then we can follow up with a call or a Zoom if you want after that.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I have a present for Craig.
I was gonna say a shout out to Patrick. Did you send that thing to Craig yet?
For all that you've been doing, Craig, I'm really glad that Kevin acknowledged you. But I found something on the internet that reminded me of you, so I bought it on the worldrugbyshop.com. And the good news is they're still on sale.
Nice.
New Zealand rugby Maori shirt.
Nice.
Wow.
Patrick also did a written one of Kevin's Zoom from last night or night before about what's going on in Karbon and the Bitget thing and all that. So were you going to send that to Craig, or were you just going to post that, or what were you thinking of doing with that, Patrick?
I sent it to you. You said it looked good, so I sent it to Craig, and I know he's really busy.
Okay.
But if anybody wants it, I can post my email.
Yeah, I can send that to my list as well.
Okay, let's do it that way.
Add it to my Google Drive and send a link, or yeah, because you got some pictures in there, so copy and paste probably wouldn't work very well. So I'll go that route.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sounds good. And looks like, any other questions? We've got a few minutes left. All right. Frank in the chat. I want to see Craig do a Karbon haka. What is that? What's a haka?
Haka's a Maori war dance.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
would be entertaining. I'd pay to see that.
So would I.
Just look it up on the internet under New Zealand All Blacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
And in
well.
honor of Craig, I've been trying a bottle of New Zealand white wine, which is surprisingly good.
Yeah, we make some very good wine.
Yeah, it's a
Ew.
whole different style than the California whites that I'm used to, so it's kind of a nice change.
Interesting. Well, we've been all over on this short Zoom, so I'll wrap it up here. We'll see you guys in a few minutes on Kevin's Zoom. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.